Hey guys, welcome back. I got you zoomed out today. We're going to do another how do you do art-ish, okay? So I'm including it in the how do you do art because we're going to be using different things to make, paint marks, hang on, I got wet on my desk, on our papers. And I'm inspired by Darcy. Last month, Darcy did fall papers. Now, we're not going to get nearly what Darcy did because she speeds her stuff up. But I already started, and then I was like, turn on the camera. Yeah, so I'm just going to smush this wet one onto that wet one, right? Because this is my atlas book. And then, with the exception of the atlas book, I'm literally grabbing things off my desk. Okay? So, and I'm warm because my fan is pointing at wet papers on the floor. Because I want to take the time to dry things. So this here is a gray house paint. It was an oops paint, which I use a lot, you guys. But, and then this is white gesso. Because, oh shoot, I wanted to keep that paper regular. Well, mostly. Isn't that gorgeous? So we already have this beautiful burnt sienna, or nope, the other sienna, raw sienna color in the background. So I want to use this just like it is, but the other pages I wanted to kind of, you know what, let's just take them out of the book because I think this will be plenty. I tend to leave them in the book because, well, what if we don't use them immediately, you know? So maybe I won't. I don't know. So what I was doing was I put some of this house paint into a little container so I can just kind of zhuzh it, right? Kind of like that. And then throw some white on here so I get different depths. And then I'm not going to let everything dry. Some things I'm going to use still a little bit damp. So first off, I'm just going to close these pages and smudge them. Kind of like that, which I do with most of mine. So I do mine a bit different than Darcy's, not a lot. I mean, several things like this is just a cake wedge because I can't find my, oh, now that I mentioned it, I know exactly where they're sitting. My gift cards, you know, I have stacks of used gift cards, which I normally would use for this, but, so see, that's the gray, and then obviously I wasn't working on this to start. That's why I can't find anything. This is my white. And I had out, I've already lost it, a wet piece to, you know, put over things. And I did California. I don't know why. I was going to do Alabama, but I just kind of opened it. And where it landed is where it landed. And I think I might be in the center of a signature. So give me a second. We'll see. So then if I close it again, kind of do that. Oh, and then I lost it. See, right there's Alabama, which I'll be using because I'm actually headed to Alabama in this month. Not my family, just me. They're not that privileged. Okay, really, Sam has school. But I have a friend in Alabama, and I promised that when she called and said, will you come, I would come. And she did. So, vacation for me. So I like to smudge mine because it gives you, and this is why I'm including it in our stamping, because I'm using like the paper to stamp, and then see, kind of both of them get it. And then this one I would use another piece of paper, pick up some more. So I like to smush together, but I consider it a stamping kind of thing, you know, because see, look, isn't that gorgeous? Because I don't want to get rid of all of this background because of the color, but yeah, it's pretty. Oh, I'm going to pick up a piece that's already dry on my floor, or mostly dry. And it's pink in the background. I have some yellows down there, which you'll see in a minute, and some pinks. And then I have pieces of aluminum foil, right? So I just kind of want to stamp around with those. And that's the only downside. So your papers get sticky to each other. And I have these little cut pieces of plastic. This is just a shower curtain from the Dollar Tree that I cut up into workable sections so I can pick them up and move them around. So, but see the different textures we have on here, and I don't want to get rid of my textures. So, and yes, my mouth is not all the way healed, so I still talk a little funny occasionally, but we're working with it. It's actually still bleeding a bit, which it should not be, but, whoop. Well, I am in the center of the signature. I just forgot to cut them. That wasn't smart, huh? That's okay. So I have other things around me. Like I have, well, these are sticky. I have some palette knives. Yep, that's the word, Patty. What's going on here? Oh, it's not normally so hard. Where is it at? There. These are my books from my sweet friend Jen before she passed away. My big old atlases. I have 2 of them. And I've been thinking on her because we're coming up to the anniversary of her death. So, of course, I got out my atlases. And then I have this paper. And see the ridges in it? I'm going to see if we can get any marks with it. Not as much as I was hoping. What the heck is under me? Hold on. Something is up. There we go. Like something's making us not lay right. And I want to do layers, of course. Of course we want to do layers. So I'm just going to throw this aside to dry for a minute. Medium dry, we don't care. But yeah, so that's basically, and then I want to take one of these. This is a piece of packing paper. First off, I need to clean this off. Oh, cool. That was one of our other How Do You Do Arts where we were practicing. And I have other stuff in the corner to practice with too. But today, this is what we're doing. I need something. Okay, here. Because I want to put some out and then I want to stamp with it. Right? That would be the purpose. Or hopefully that's the purpose. So, yeah, I want a bunch of this crinkly stuff so that I can get it around and everything. And then hopefully, yeah, leave some fun marks behind. So this is the color I have down there. Varying colors of it because, well, we wouldn't want to get rid of all of it, obviously, because we're doing fall colors. And so we're just going to bring it back anyhow. So I thought, oh, well, let's start with some. And I don't feel the need to let it dry. This is, what are you? Cadmium medium hue. So, as the majority of you know, I'm sure, I am from Michigan. So I'm very well acquainted with the fall colors. But hold, please, because somewhere on this desk I actually have, there it is, paint palette. Palette paper, you know. See how clumpy that's getting? Because these things are old. So I'm like, okay, I've been hoarding them because I haven't been painting. And I'm like, you really need to use your colors because they're gonna go bad. It's just the nature of the beast, right? But I'm actually gonna get it wet. Where's my paper? Here we go. Because then it should be fairly see-through, see? Ooh, it's yummy when you stick it with that color. Yeah. So, obviously we're not going to do all this in one because layers. We need layers. Layers and, oh, you're not even supposed to be on the desk. That's for another video. Already like it. I already like it. And then what I do is I just continue to like pat them with another one. Because one, it gives me marks on both, but also helps it dry really fast. You know, like that's a really thick piece right there, but we could lighten it up if we decided we wanted to. Just get the majority of it off, see? And then it's already almost dry. And then, so we can just keep working. Now, I would want to put some white back on this, I'm thinking. So, where's my gesso? Here's my gesso. Can you see over here too? You can, okay. I'll get, ooh, see? That's why I'm using the paint palette. Because that was not what I was after. Okay, let's try. Not as good as I was hoping. I mean, it will, but like, I don't want to leave, I don't want the hills and valleys yet. Maybe at the end, but not yet. I really wanted more of a, oh, come on, water bottle. Because I'm hoping to do sprays and stuff on these eventually too. Right? So I have like all my reds out and a lot of my greens. Not all my reds, but several of my reds. Because I don't play with reds that often. You know, because I forget. So what color was that? That was cadmium. And then this is naphtha. And you can see by the tick marks that it's a semi-transparent. Oh, but not if you leave it on full. Let's see, we can just make it run around our page. And then that is just another texture of it. And then of course, I'm going to grab a piece of paper and slap it on there. I know, I already jumped to part 2, didn't I? Yeah, because the first part is gessoing your backgrounds, but fun. But because I'm from Michigan, well, I'm sure a lot of you are that are from the northern states and stuff in the Midwest. You guys know the beauty of how many different colors you get when the leaves start changing. Like there's a lakeside drive all the way up into our UP that is very, very famous. People make trips to Michigan just for the fall changing of the leaves. So this piece I think is actually a tag from Darcy. And I don't know why it's on my desk because I haven't used red yet, but hey, when in room. Told you I'm just taking things off the desk. And so, okay, I liked those marks. Now this one has texture on it. We did something. Oh, I know. When we were doing the Alice journals, right? One of the days was a mixed media and I wasn't sure what they were going for. And so I just mixed media'd a page and then ripped it in half and was like, that's about correct. Right? Okay, so then I have, these are fluids. I won't buy these again, but it's supposed to be, because look how thick that is for being a fluid paint. Like, it's thick. It's probably normal, but I'm used to high flows. Oh, that was, what is this? It's sienna, right? Yeah, raw sienna, which I also have sitting right beside me. So we need to turn this around. Oh, you know what? That was coffee water. See, too thick, right? But it's okay because, one, we can soak it and let it run everywhere if we want to. And we do. So I'm just going to kind of let it run onto all these other little pages going on here. And I have fabric underneath that's already painted on in some places, but also it's fall leaves. So, because these we will eventually come back and doodle on or stamp on or cut some out on the Big Shot. Oh, I really like that. I'm going to leave that one. Well, it needs some on this end, to be fair. See, and that still has too much for me. So what we'll do is we'll just take one of our other pages and kind of do that. Yeah, better. Because the more paint it's got, the longer it's going to take to dry, obviously. Okay, so, but this one, if we get it wet enough, it will give us some relief, I believe, on, fragile paper, on all the different textures in there. So when we cut this, it should be really cool. So if we set it, do I want to set it aside or do I want to add a little bitty bit of blue? I know you don't think of blue when you think of fall colors, but they're there simply because the colors mix, right? So I was really thinking if I mix the blue around where some of this other color was, we would get a third color. See, way too much blue, but that's okay. That was way more intense blue than I was thinking of, because I was thinking put it with it should turn a deeper purple color, which you will find depending on which trees you're looking at, right? Way too much water. I'm apparently very water happy at the moment. That was way too much. And if you use the right red and blue, there you go, you're going to get a cool green. That's what I was going to say, but there you go. See it? which, you know, trees. Now, not everything we do is going to be trees or leaves here. You know, we'll probably do some birds and some mushrooms and some whatevers. But look how yummy this is turning. See that? That alone is just gorgeous to me. Oh, and we got some green on there. So, well, when in Rome, let's just toss it on here and get some. Now, yes, I have plain greens over here, but mixing colors is so fun. And yep, we make a heck of a mess. Oh, how yummy is that? Yeah, perfect. Okay. So I have this page, so let's put a little bit of those colors in here. Okay, nice start. So see how it's given us that texture, and that's because there's so much texture on this page. But I want that color to run a bit, if we can. There we go. And I kind of like the pooling, but I am also trying to get things drier. So, okay, this one here is mostly dry. So I'm going to pick this one up because I put the white gesso and the gray already because I wanted, well, I was thinking I was going to need them to build, right? But obviously, I skipped right over that bad boy. So, that water, obviously, is tinted brown because it's got coffee and tea in it. It's not, I'm not going where I want to go. Ooh, okay then. See how deep that turned that background? So I like to, yeah, I like to mix my colors while they're still wet, which doesn't always work in our favor. Guaranteed, does not always work, but if we can get them, because see how it's turning this weird muddy brown? Because, obviously, because of the colors we mixed, which is, in my opinion, perfect, because we're going for fall. And I will do this smushing technique on almost all of them, because I like the texture it gives. Because look at that. See how it turned into that purple right there? Can you see the purpley bleed? And that is what, you know, it looks like when you do leaves. They don't look like much right now. I understand. They will. We'll get there. We'll get there. I wonder what color red this one is. This is a different color red. So let's put some of this out. Oh, this must be... Oh, this is cadmium red deep hue, which I don't actually have in one of these, believe it or not. But I don't use red very often unless I'm doing nature scenes, which, okay, to be fair, when I paint a lot of nature. This is Indian yellow hue, one of my favorite colors. So, I don't know why, but it just is. And for fall, it's kind of perfect. And they're so old. I kept complaining that Golden needs to put on a new cap, but I haven't bought paints in so long because I have so many that I didn't even realize they did, in fact, put on a better cap. See that color? Like luscious, right? And if we get it wet enough, it easily just like tones things. I should say that this water right here has bleach in it. I should say that, huh? Yeah. Because I don't want it to go rancid, you know, just sitting around. So it has bleach in it. So mostly we're just painting papers or getting the beginning, but because I wanted to paint with different things, I figured we could include it. And then we're definitely going to come back and stamp with some different things on here and doodle with different things, you know, on a different day, obviously. I love that. Just needs a little bit of, yeah, red down there in that corner. I feel. Because nothing is even on my desk. Things are going to flow anyway. Here's my blue. Give me some of this sienna to put over top of it. Because I don't want my blue to be like bam blue, right? Although that will look good in some of our stuff. So, not to worry. Because I want to do some nature journals. I'm missing it. And it's fall, so it seems like good timing. I mean, it's not fall here, guys, so my brain sometimes struggles because, you know, Well, because I grew up in Michigan, and even though I've been here for, say I'm 17, 16 years, I still, the non-changing seasons mess with me. See how lovely that color is? Let's put a little bit of, not green, I wanted some orange. Here it is. These are just, my friend Jen's son bought me these for my birthday a couple years ago. And they're kind of just going to be, I don't know why I didn't put it on here in the first place, but they're going to be a little perfect for this, right? And so some of the papers on my desk, thankfully, were already this luscious brown color, right? So I just figured, well, it's all going to work together. And the beauty is we can use whichever side we want on many of them, because they're going to wind up with colors on both sides. See, I feel like I should put some of this gray on here, so I'm just gonna. Well, I'm going to put it over there, but you know. See, this is unmixed house paint, so it doesn't have, so it's liquidy. But if you guys aren't using house paint, you're missing out. I guess I didn't realize that y'all didn't know that I use house paint a lot. Well, I use it more in my, I learned it in pours, right? Doing the pours. Now see how my blue is coming out beautiful now with the tones over top of it? I know, it seems like a lot on one page, and then we're still going to come back and do more, which is why I wanted some of the lighter. I just didn't mean to lighten the entire center. That wasn't really what I was going for there. That's why I instantly just put the colors back over top. But there does come a point where they're just too wet to play with, because then they start sticking to everything. See? Okay, I would like to lessen the effects down here on this edge. Carefully pull it back up. If you guys do this, carefully pull it up when they're wet. See how much that lessened that? It just knocked that red right back. Because while there's definitely red in the changing of the colors, we don't want it to be our dominant color. And I want some of this green here. I should move on to another page and let this one rest. I should, and I would advise you to, but I don't listen to myself most of the time. See, just little skippies of it. Okay. Now I feel like we can let it rest a bit. Let's get some of the green down here on this little edge here. And then we will just pat it together and see, mix those colors up, because while it's vivid, we also want a little bit muted, which is why I have the gray out. And also when we color the pages, it just gives us a second depth. Now we're going to come back to this. I mean, it could be finished, but I still feel like I might want more. Oh, hang on. I need a piece of plastic because it will stick to my cement floor in a second. And then I'll have to scrub it off, and we won't have a page anymore, y'all. And that won't be any fun. So here's one of the ones that I gessoed ahead of time. And so here's the white gesso and then the gray. Because if you guys can't afford gesso, flat house paint, or the oops paints, you know, I mean, you get twice as much. Now, it doesn't have the tooth that's designed into gesso, because gesso is a primer for canvases primarily, right? So you're not going to have that necessarily, but okay, so I'm going to take this at this point and kind of clean it off, clean the palette off, which, yeah, gets to be turned into something eventually too. Okay, let's grab, oh, come here, Alice in Wonderland pieces. You're not supposed, oh, I lost a leg. Or I guess it's a twiddle-dee or twiddle-dum, one of them. Okay, so let's soak this up so the colors will run a bit. Run them around, back and forth. Yeah, so everybody does this a little differently. You know, the painting of the pages. And I just go and put layers until I like it. I don't know. I don't have a set rule. And I know there's not a lot of blue, but our blues will wind up toning green. Most of them. But I like a little bit of blue because I've seen enough different changing trees to know that there is a little bit of blue. But I also want the violety color. which we're getting mixed in here right now, from all the colors mixing together, which is why I tend to work really wet, which is easier on your gel plate, but not everybody has a gel plate. You know, so you can still, that depth is kind of gorgeous, as is this. So when this turns into a leaf or a mushroom top or whatever, that'll be just beautiful. I just want to get some over here where it's being very resistant. That's okay. We'll just do the other side too, because some of these pages, like this one, is thin enough that we can tone one complete side and it'll bleed through the back of this. So like, I'll do half. Okay. I'll only do half so we can compare it. This is my Indian yellow again. Yes, it is. Because look at it. It's just luscious. Oh, okay. Whoops, I got some red in there, but that's okay. So I'm going for really thin. All right. So okay. So see, you can see it peeking through the back of this side. Well, okay, you don't see a lot of difference, but that's because this one's already soaked. Okay, so I'm gonna grab another piece and just smack it on there. It's very wet for this. Yes, it is. But see how our blues are already calming into greens? Okay. Oh, piece of plastic. Piece of plastic. Because see how that little one there is tearing? We don't really mind. But, because, you know, what tears will just turn into a masterboard for fall. I know, can't get enough of my masterboards. And actually, I was planning to do a version of this on some of our masterboards. The neutral ones that we did. I want to, well, we're going to stamp on some of them kind of in this. I'm going to leave this because this is going to give us a really great feel right there. And see how our blue background is now green? You know, color theory rocks. So I'm just going to do this, and I want to kind of leave these creases because I like them. Maybe we'll just crumple it and get it on a piece of plastic, which is a lot of plastic for this little bitty thing, yes, but so see, now we'll get all kinds of little crumply marks in it. And then we'll throw it over there to dry. So then I did, oh, I forgot to do this side. Well, that's good. That works for us. Come here. Oh, look at that. My paper is sticking to my paper. That's what happens when you work wet. I want to clean this off, so we're just going to put it right here on the fabric. There we go. See, now we can use it again. For the moment, I'll probably use this end, but we can use it. And let me change pages in that book, just because. I'm going to move this one for a second. I know, it's a hot mess, but that's okay. Hot messes work for us. It all works in our favor right now. Okay, because I really want to pull in some green. So this one, I put white gesso on. Oops, had it, well, that's not helping. I had it over my name, and I deliberately left some of the reds and stuff in the background. Oh, wait. This is not going to work like this, Patty. I have two on top of each other. My bad. Hold on. There we go. You move, and then you move, because I need my paint palette. Yeah, and I'm just tossing them all on the floor to dry. And there's more down there that's already pre-dried for us to put layers on. And this one, I'm not going to even put the gesso on. We're just going to go in. And what colors would... I'm feeling like I want some hot pink. I know. It's not the first thing you think of, but... So this one is just... well, I got it from Joann's when they were closing out. So it's just a regular, you know, craft paint. That's the word I'm looking for. These are craft paints too. These ones are heavy body. So look at, see, so those all close up. And yes, I'm going to use that green here in a second, which I probably have in, what's in here? Black. No, I got black, two blues, a sienna, and a red in that fluid stuff. Somewhere I have high flows. So see. Come on, baby. Are you clogged up? You must be. Oh, it's going bad on me. Yeah. Guess we'll be using that up this season. Which one is this? I'm going to guess it's phthalo green. Yep, it is. Blue shade. Okay. Well, you need some water. Yeah, I keep using that water because I'm thinking, well, it gives us the brown tone, you know, in the background anyhow. Now, obviously, this would look like a just changing. But here, we should get some violets. Yeah, there we go. So, Golden's Professional Body Heavy Body Paint is designed to be wet. It's designed to be thinned out up to, you can use up to 30% water in it, according to Golden. So, you can leave it heavy body or you can thin it out. And I'm hoping, well, I was hoping, there we go. I was hoping for some deep, deep purple. And we're getting it, but it's making me work at it. That's okay. We don't mind a little work, do we? I think I did the wrong side. Nope. Okay. This one doesn't have any pink over here. So let's see what happens if we actually use this scarlet red on that one. See if we get the purple tone I'm looking for. I'm looking for a violet. I don't actually own a violet purple that I'm aware of, because I don't own a lot of purples. I own dioxazine purple, which is purple. See, there we go. It's not going to give it to me in one. Oh, there. Oh. Let me find another sheet of paper or something to get that color going, because that's the color I was looking for. Okay, it's a start. It's a start on our bag. But see all this beautiful purple right here? What are you? Oh, okay. This is from one of our other How Do You Do arts. Okay. So I guess if I just mix these here, I will get the deep purple I'm looking for, right? Well, no, because you didn't use enough green. To be fair. I mean, that is such a gorgeous red right there. That, I have a color chart on the other side of the room. Nope, I moved it. That shows you, shows me every golden paint I have mixed together to see what you're going to get. Oh, look at that mahogany color. Love that. But I still want it to be able to kind of read the words in the background. Kind of. Doesn't matter if we can clearly read them. That's not really what I'm after. Now I want white. Oh, but you know what we have? Hold on. This one. Oh, it's dried up. Why does it dry up like that? That's not supposed to happen. It's just my plain water. So this is white gouache. White oxide gouache. Oxide, well, you know, something like that. Oh, and that water is dirty. So this is supposed to be able to reconstitute, but oh, look, I'm turning it colors. That wasn't what I was after. That was not what it was supposed to do. I'm going to have to look that up. So, somewhere, on the desk. Well, maybe we'll be doing the gouache on another one, huh? Because I don't know where my gouache is at. I put the little one on the desk. Oh, no, there it is. Oh, maybe this is the gouache here. Man, I don't know what that is then. See what happens? I forget to put names on things. So before I stick this in here, I would like to clean it a bit more. So I need to get this over here. Can you see my paper? You can. Get some of this over here. Because this is an oxide, so it should oxidize the paint. In theory. Okay, move you for a sec. Yeah, it's getting everywhere. I don't care. That's part of the fun. Oh, I stuck it in the dirty water. See? Oh, see the oxidation though when you hit it with the water? Okay. Let's put some water on it. Okay. I figured it's wet enough. It's going to oxidize anyway, but just in case I'm wrong. There we go. And I would like to do this because it should change those colors. We're going to give it a minute before I wipe it off on another page, which I'm going to do. But because it should oxidize the colors, it should give us more tones, right? But I tend to get things too wet. It's a failing. What can I say? Well, depending on how you look at it, I just see it as fun because I'll just throw another one on top. See, oh, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Yes, it is, Patty. Okay. Ouch, there's something under there. Oh, one of my hair clips. It's funny, I have all these teeny tiny hair clips and I have way too much hair right now for them. Okay, so you can see the oxidation happening. Not as much as I was hoping for. Oh, no, your paper's over here, Patty. And I just got it on the back of this one. There we go. I have a toothbrush somewhere, which is what I normally use. So I can flick it, you know. Well, it's usually up here, actually. But I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to let that sit because you can see it working over here. So we're going to let that sit and we're going to come back in a few minutes. I'm going to put it in front of the fan. And in a few minutes, we'll come back and see if we can, if it made any color shifts. I mean, it already is, so one would assume. Okay. I know. It takes forever to do this kind of thing because you got to go in layers. Oh, where are you going? Come back. Come back, baby. Yeah, let's cover up my address because it freaks people out. It does not freak me out for you guys to see my address. Feel free to send happy mail. I'll send you something back. It only doesn't freak me out because I know addresses are out there anyhow. I do not like this new thing with Instagram. Apparently, at any point people can, it tracks you and people can just see where you're at. That's weird. Like, it's okay when I choose it, but I'm not such a fan of them choosing it for me. So apparently you can go in and adjust that somehow. I'm not that tech savvy, so I took Instagram off my phone. Because I'm like, nope. Which I barely use anyway, because I don't really know how. And it just seems like just one more thing to learn, for heaven's sakes. I'm gonna though, because my French child is on there, and I really like to keep up with their life. So I really need to just take a moment and learn it, but I'm just lazy about them. Like, I know if I remember to put my video on my YouTube channel, it will link the pictures over, but I generally forget to put them anywhere. I don't know why. I should be, because if I do daily videos, see, isn't that gorgeous? Now, this is a little fries ad that they send me, so it's got a little pocket here and it folds up on itself. So we're gonna let this side dry, and then we'll do something in this side. Like all this down here, we'll put white on first, and then we'll play on this side, but then it'll fold up into a little pockety thing. But like, I think that's gorgeous. And that is one of the reasons I love part of the background, because not everything has to be gessoed first. It's fun, for sure. It's never gonna dry if you cover that one up. I'm just putting it down here with this other paper that's down here. Oh, come here. Bring your paper with you, apparently. This one's attached to its gesso. So I'm really loving this color. So we're definitely going to use the whole color. Oh, see all the different colors we already got right there because I smooshed it. And I have some other stuff up in the corner that I want to see if it will make marks for us. But I feel like, you know, it's that push-pull thing that you do, right? Okay, so according to Carrie the Crafter, remember to turn your pages, which I generally do not remember to do. Oh, that was a big swipe. Oh, that was big. That was a big green swipe. There we go. Just tone that baby down some. Which, just by putting this Indian yellow over everything, it's gonna give it the fall feel. But see how many different colors I got going on right there already? Which is why I do mine this way, because look at that. Because I am lazy. And I just don't want to do that many. Like I do, but I'm impatient. That's a better word. It's a more honest word than lazy. Because like I'm really not lazy. I love doing it. I could do it all day long. But trying to wait for the colors to come up. I'm going to use this dark phthalo blue because we haven't used this one yet. Because that'll give us yet another tone. See there? And it's okay if we can still, in the end, see some of these behind it, because that'll just make it easier to doodle on if we want to, or cut up however we please. Because some of these I think would be just so much fun in a masterboard, because then you get so many different designs. But keeping it fluid enough to see through can get tricky, which is not always our goal. I want a different yellow. I love this yellow, don't get me wrong. Which one is that? That's cadmium yellow. No, I want this light lemony. There we go. It says primary yellow, but it's a lemony yellow in my opinion. See? Bright, bright, bright. Yeah, see there? Bright yellow. And I know what a hot mess these look like, but they won't. They will be so very cool when we're done. Like, I don't think we've made a single page yet that's not going to work in some kind of way. Oh, see that? And then, I'm trying to decide. Because this one kind of looks like we could just come back and tone the whole thing with a wash. You know what I don't have out in here yet is my Quid Magenta. How? It's one of my favorite colors. But see, I'm getting that violet color, and which I love. So then this is already like kind of a see-through color. Ooh. Look at that. There we go. Oh, is that how you make the violet? Green and Quid Magenta? Interesting, interesting. Well, we might have to mix some of that up because it pleases me. So it's a little bit of, if you think about it, like when you do one stroke painting, which I do not excel at, but I do keep trying because it's fun. But I don't excel at it. But it's the same kind of principle where, so on here, I have more than one color every time I'm swiping. I don't know. Let's see what some of this will do. Which is why everything's kind of in a pile over here. Because see, there's still green and red. And then grab the pink to put some pops of brightness in there. That's the hope. But I want to leave it just pink, obviously. Ooh, that's a lots of paint, isn't it? Yes, yes it is. And I love it. Yep, going overboard again. But my hope is to get some dots. So right here underneath, I have an extra piece. So I have the main piece and then I have another piece underneath. So let's see if we can pull some of the paint and get hopefully some like pebbly somethings. Either way, we're going to get a beautiful piece of cloth when we're done, I'm sure. Yeah, you can see some of it. Oh, yeah, little bitty pebbles, which you get better on the plate, the gel plate, I know. But there's more than one way to do things. And not everybody has, I know I have a friend who doesn't have a gel plate. And I'm going to make some homemade ones because I think it's fun. They're not the best ever, but they are fun, and you don't have to worry about ruining them. And just because I bought the stuff to do it forever ago and have not done it. So, now just imagine this, and now it's cut up into leaves and hearts and because you know I'm going to make a heart with something. I mean, it's a given, right? I'm going to try again to see. Hold my water up higher so I get bigger drops. And see. And I'm going to use this paper, which is thin in the middle because it's wet. I'm going to smudge it over here, get the smudge going. Yes. Because see, look how lovely it made this one. That's why I like to smudge things. Okay. Now I'm going to swap that out for this one that's not 100% dry, but they're close enough. Oh, we got one we haven't even touched down here. This one hasn't even been touched, so I'm just going to get it wet. It's got white and gray again. And I'm going to set it right on top of this and see what happens. There's enough paint, it can share a little. See? Nice beginning layer. Actually, it's just beautiful, isn't it? And I'm shifting the colors around on here, but look, love it. It might be a one pull because we need some subtle ones, especially if we make a master board. You know, the whole point is to not have everything one toned. And now I have texture. See the texture going on? Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, it's going to go right back on this piece of plastic. And the plastic, if I lay it on there for a second, should give that. Oh, wait, I didn't do it all the way. Yeah, that wasn't well thought out. Hang on. Should give that an interesting texture. So, we're definitely going to do this more than one time. See? Stamping with something unusual. Yep, that's the plan. I love this one. It's subtle, but there's a point when things are subtle. Okay, see this one? I feel like needs some work. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Okay, let's move this one. It needs to dry now because it is lovely. Ooh, and now it's down my arms. We can add some luminescence in certain places, and I have a goal to go over things. Possibly. Some of them. Not everything. Like the gold might be fun on here. Let's just see. It's a really, really, this one is a thin, cheap, glittery gold. And let's just see what happens if we, wow, that was way more than I was thinking. Okay, pay attention. It's got a squirt cap in everything. See there? Yeah. Whoop, fabric. I know, we call that texture on this channel because usually it's Patty's hair getting in the way. Yes, look at that. Lovely. That's going to be fun to cut. I mean, hopefully we'll stamp on it or spray on it or something first, and then we'll cut it up. But even if we decide not to, look at that. And these are getting stiff enough that we'll be able to save them and use them. So on the back of these, I will put white gesso on the back of those so that they're good and strong, because I like to use those in like look, how fun of a journal page will that make? I mean, you know, we're cut it there, and then this will be like a tag, and this will be a journal card. Lovely. Yep. Perfect. Yep. Okay, this one looks like we might be able to put some white on the back of here. If I can find it. I mean, I sure have white paint, but, which I guess we could use on this one. Because I don't know where I put my gesso, y'all. But this, we want to basically obliterate anyhow, so it doesn't really matter. This one I have not put into a thingamajig yet, so may the odds be in our favor. That's all I'm saying. I got to put it into a squirt bottle because I'm not a fan of these. So I don't want to seal my little thing here shut. So we need to lift it up a bit. Actually, I could probably pull it apart and then, can I gently? You know, gentle is not my go-to. Because then we can just put it back up there when we're done. It's not going to stop me at all from working on this side, because we'll get there eventually, right? And see this, we don't need to obliterate all of it because we would be doing those colors anyhow. Fun. But I need some different colors. So alizarin crimson would be beautiful, wouldn't it? Yes, yes, I think it would. I don't know where that's going, but that's okay, because now we're gonna, which I think is gonna give us that rose color anyway. Yeah, look at that. Which I think I was working at making over here, which is very funny to me, because I own it. You know why I own it? Because Bob Ross used it in all of his paintings. So it was like the first professional paint I bought. This and titanium white, because with the exception of house paint, I cannot find a better white than titanium white. Like the heavy body, one and done, just, you know, go with the professional. Don't waste your money if you want things covered. You know, depending on what you're after in life. Okay, so there's that. Now let's mix in some greens. Well, if I can get my lid on. This is why I don't like the lids. I do like the newer lids though. But I don't use heavy body as much. I'm gonna, because we're gonna do a painting. Because I have a commission for 2 paintings. So, based off some of my old paintings. I had hoped to get them in last month's How Do You Do Art, but you know, I couldn't get everything in that I wanted to do. Or every single day would have been a How Do You Do Art, which I've done before. Because it just all kind of falls together, you know, sometimes. Sometimes it's just, it be what it be. I would like purple. Oh, here's a purple. What are you? Oh, violet. Okay. Let's see. That is not the proper paper to be using, is it? No, no, it is not. Well, it is what it is now, huh? Wow! And that is the trick with violets. I knew it was going to do that even. Which is why I didn't get out my dioxazine purple, because holy moly is it, it's something. Like when it goes, you know it went. You know? Oh shoot, we're pulling the paper and everything. Stay there, little paper. I mean, I don't mind it, but dang. Maybe we'll get some of those little bubbly things. I like this there that I was after. Which is a shame, because I think that's going to be covered. Well, it doesn't have to be, because we can flip it the other way. We can do what we want to do. You know? We can do whatever we want to do. It's ours. Because while I wanted the purple, I didn't want it. Okay, I cannot put yellow over it right now, or we're just going to get brown. Which there are brown tones in fall, but it's not what I was after. So we could knock it back with some of this though. This is the gray. There. See, it doesn't obliterate it, but I also don't want it that, see, more stamping happening. This is actually more of a removal technique, but that's okay, because that just means we're stamping on this fun page. You know, we're getting the colors and textures on here. Because I really like this piece here. Oh, like that is just great. This is okay, but that's okay. We can add more colors or whatever we want later. That's still my favorite side. So, oh yeah, it won't cover up all of what I like. Okay. But this has definitely got to have more color. I know, working on both sides at one time is not ideal, but obviously it can be done. Where is my, there it is. Well, I'm going to just work on this side for a second here. Get off, mostly because I want to take the colors that we already have on here and just stamp them over here. Oh, there's our timer. Darn it. See, you can never get as much done as you want. But we got great bases going. Not that. So we'll just throw a color on there with that one. Okay, guess maybe. Oh yeah, even had this little thing that we already started with. That's a great place to put it. Let's cover some of that. Okay, so then if we move it around, we'll get different textures, see? So it's funny, I hit the toilet, which is what I was after covering up. And then this one, we can kind of just tone, once that dries a little bit, with some yellow or the glittery yellow, gold or whatever. I know, I said wait. I know I did, but it's not really my nature. What? I lost it. It also helps get rid of that big spot that should not have been there. And just give that some color. Yeah. Good. Okay. And then eventually we'll do more on it. But for now, because of the background colors already, I'm pretty pleased with that actually. And I actually even like this one, now that we put that yellow in there. So that means, where did my Indian yellow go? We could just, oh, let's try raw sienna. I feel like we didn't use that one yet. I am supposed to be done, aren't I? Okay. Well, obviously we're going to do some more of this because it's too much fun not to. Woo! Okay, that one's covering. Was not what we were after, dang it. So, I got an idea. We're going to stamp with it first, obviously. And then, let's see if we crumple it like this, will the colors move, you know? Or do I not have it wet enough? And then we'll end with this. Oh, now that it's crumpled in valleys, maybe, well, no, let's do it one more time. Like more mamagami in the paper, which was not my original intent, but hey, when in Rome, right? Let's see. Get this piece over here good and wet. Yeah, okay, good colors for fall. I'm trying to be gentle. I wasn't planning to mamagami the paper, but you know. Did I rip the edge? May have. I ripped the center for sure. Okay. Lovely. Look at that. Okay. Oh, look at me. Yeah, means we had a good time, right? I'm going to let this dry just like this. Actually, it's very soft, as though I did mamagami it, even though I didn't. I mean, I have stuff on my hands, but like that's long gone. Yeah, I'm going to leave this to dry. Back on its little piece of plastic, or a piece of plastic. Oh, but before we go, let's look at this one. Yeah. Okay, so you can see where the white did indeed change things. Now what I'm going to do is slap it onto something. Well, here. Let's put a little bit of green right in here. Whoops. It's not going to work if I put it on the sheet. See, even this side is gorgeous. So there's a couple of really deep, like that one right there. It doesn't need to be that deep of a green. Ooh, that was not my plan. Push it back again. It's like washing laundry. That's what it feels like in my hands. Oh, my lights just flickered. It's a sign to stop. Okay, but I wanted to see that the different tones where the white, it's still wet, but all right, so let's try to lift some of it. Let's see. Yep, using my fabric. I almost forgot to do this part so that you could get that fun little shift. Wrong water, but that's okay. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, so then when this dries, we'll put like a yellow or something over top of it. And it'll tone it right, it'll knock back the green. But I definitely want to let the oxidation work first. Oh, well now we got it on two sides. It's okay, because we were going to pull it apart anyway. The pages, I mean. Like, we can just do that. Put one there, and then this little baby has to get moved onto a piece of plastic so it can dry crumply. Okay, I'm going to end there. This was fun. Thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. It's not nearly as much paper as I'm thinking we may do, but it's a really good start. And actually, it might be. We'll see. We'll see. All right, I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for hanging with me. Bye.